Another quick Fresh Mark Sensor review. This time I'm reviewing Zirh Ikon. This is the third in the box that came today, and I got this as a underrated cheapie. I bought this underrated cheapie, and people say that means that people believe that it smells more expensive than it is, and it's a versatile fragrance, let's say, or has niche qualities or smells expensive. So I got this because it has a nice grapefruit note, apparently. Grapefruit, a little bit of ginger, some cardamom, warmth, and a bit of smoke from the incense. So let's see what we get from it. First impressions. Smelling something very aromatic from the... Oh, let's check. Sorry, I stopped a bit because when I said aromatic, I thought that my food was burning. But it's actually the remnants of what is left of a Zara pour homme still wafting in the room a little bit. So I have to be aware of that when I try this. Anyway, let's get straight to the spray. Ooh, this is a very sticky rubber cap. Wow, that is not good. I mean, it's really clean on the edges, but this cap is just sticky with something. It didn't even seem like it was sticky with anything until I touched it. Anyway, let's spray this. Oh, let's spray it over here. Ginger, incense, fresh note, almost like grass. Citrusy ginger, almost like ginseng. It's like they're trying to imitate ginseng by having ginger with spices like grass. But it's sour. It's sour, but it's a fresh citrus at the same time. It's like lemongrass, fresh citrus. And if you've smelt lemongrass, it's a bitter herbal smell. Bitter, like the smell of fresh grass, the acidic smell of fresh grass, the lightly acidic citrus, um, lime smell of grass. This is like lemongrass with ginger, and it almost gives a ginseng sort of appeal when mixed with the smokiness. I definitely am getting a smoky and a citrus vibe with the cardamom. No, with the ginger and slight cardamom. Cardamom is more of a transitional note that sort of helps bind everything together in a sort of fresh green ginger citrus way. I mean, I don't see what's wrong with this perfume, but I don't particularly like it. I think the sweetness, it could grow on me. But I really do like how it's unique, spicy. And I was actually thinking today, I've got ginger scent, but have I got like a ginseng scent? And I was thinking about Azaro Porhom Ginger Lover, which is apparently it's got ginger on 3 levels, but with the same Azaro Porhom DNA, which is, I reviewed it in my last review. Anise star with a bit of basil and um, some iris and juniper. So that is a little bit musky spicy, but this is ginger spicy. Ginger, smoke, lemon, grass, almost frankincense smoke. But it's not as sweet, it's more sour. Probably because of the orris root that is there. That is making it. It is not into forest territory. It is sour, grass, ginger. Sour ginseng. And ginseng is like a sweet ginger with grass. I would say it's only linear in the way that it stays with all the notes intact. It doesn't. I'm not seeing this go off my skin. It seems to be working very, very well with my skin. I think I'm going to experiment with this and white eau de perfume because that has frankincense and pear in it with sage. So it'd be interesting to see how the citruses play with the pear. It may be able to give a more rounded citrus note and also have that contrasting frankincense. And possibly, because this has both of those aspects, but instead of the freshness of the sage of white eau de perfume, this has a lemony freshness similar to grass. I think this would be great in the summer, a colder summer day. Watch out for this cap because I've kept it clean, but it's just the beginning. Literally just opened it, but I could already see a fingerprint mark on there, and I mean, that's just terrible. I mean, I don't know what that's all about, but that's just not good packaging. I mean, the rest of the bottle's alright, it's cool. It reminds me of the Zohan, the Barber, or Blue Steel. Zirh Ikon. For £12, you can smell like a celebrity. Zirh Ikon. It's nice. It's lemon fresh. I think I could mix this with Activist Eau de Toilette from. Oh, let's see if I can bring it out straight away. Let's see if I can bring it out. We got some fruity notes. We got. No. Blackcurrant scent. This is something that I haven't reviewed, and I've actually told you guys about Activist scent from Body Shop, which has a grass, amber, and blackcurrant note. But this has a blackcurrant and vanilla note, which Bruno Banani, Dangerous Man. Yes. Okay. So it reminds me, danger. Oh, a little Brit never gets old. Okay, so Zirh Ikon. Very fresh ginger grass scent. I would mix it with a blackcurrant scent if you want it to be more fruity. Right now on its own, okay, it's drying down to be a bit more woody. This is satisfying, but it feels like it's missing some notes. Some notes that would just make it so much better. I mean, if it had like geranium in it, just something to just soften the sharpness of it. But I don't think this is trying to please anyone. I wouldn't wear this before going to bed. I think it's a bit too sharp and citrusy. And the smoke would, it would off-put you because it would go deep into your throat, and it almost cause, it could cause a bit of a gag reflex because it can be a thick smoke. For me, it's projecting as a thick smoke. Some people on Fragrantica said, do not think that this is a smoky scent. This is not. This is more citrus. But other people could get citrus, other people could get smoke. But it's about how it projects on your skin, and people would smell it more if it projects more on your skin. So think about that as well. And another thing, when you're smelling something, when a smell is emanating from you, you have to know the difference between one part of your body and another that's not sprayed. That your smell, your perfume could go into your body and you cannot smell it because it is part of your smell. So for me, I have no problem smelling both citrus and smoke. I've had a lot of people say, some people, just the citrus and just the smoke. I find this to be pleasant with the grass note and the smoke combined with a decent amount of grapefruit. Grapefruit, grass, lemon, smoke. It's pleasing, but I think it's a bit, it's generally pleasing, but I don't think it's trying to please anyone really. It's more of a scent for yourself, in that it's okay, but it can be a bit crowd splitting with how unique it is. So it's mass appealing in a citrus vibe, but it could be dividing on the smoky side. But I really love this. The clove is starting to come in now, but it is coming in at the end. And I really worried about cloves sometimes being too strong. In the beginning, I couldn't get used to John Varvatos oud, which is gold oud right over there. My little fingers pointing towards it. That has clove in it with Turkish rose, and that in the beginning I liked the spice of it, but after a while the clove turned me off. But the clove comes in the base, so good on them for making it a bit more mass appealing whilst staying unique. I like the mix of this grapefruit and smoke. Maybe it's just because I bought it and I want to appreciate it, but I think, okay, when I don't think that a scent is a great scent individually, I sometimes look at its mixing value of how well it could be mixed with other fragrances that are similar or contrasting. Now, if I want to still have a nice citrus smoke and also, no, I'm just thinking out of the box here. I mean, this has myrrh, this is geranium that I'm thinking of. A bit of orange blossom could very easily make the citrus more subtle. Okay, here it goes. Mixing amber porhom with Zirh Ikon. It's okay so far. Let's put another spray of that Zirh Ikon because that was a beastly spray of the amber porhom. They have a much better atomizer. Can't even see this. I'm happy with that. To me, oh yes, The geranium has softened up the harsh ginseng and citrus vibe. And the smoke has mixed with the myrrh to create something quite unusual, but a little bit more accessible. I'm gonna break the rules here and rub these together. This gets me to the second stage of dry down very quickly. And you're not really supposed to rub your fragrances, but it breaks it down to the next level of dry down. That's what I feel. Because it has to disperse really quickly and then it dries really quickly, even more so than before as the large droplets were. I like this, but I don't love this. But I definitely think as a first solution, if I could just do that, I mean, that's great. I mean, the second solution that I really like to mix with is Prada Luna Rossa. Because the mint would go to citrus and the lavender may soften the... I mean, lavender and ginger is used in D&G the One. So having a spicy effect with a bit of a smoky with ambrette might be a clash. So off the top of my head, maybe not. You know, maybe this is a place for Mont Blanc Individual to mix with this. But I like it as a mixer scent. And if I'm going to give it another spray on here, refresh. Because it's been about 20 minutes on the other side before I mixed it. So we got the whole dried out. Because quite linear, it's not changing. Only goes slightly more woody, but... See, other times when it's more saturated, it becomes a tangy woody. Actually, what's happening is actually revitalizing the osmanthus that I was wearing in the beginning of the day at 11 a.m. And osmanthus is a woody apricot peachy note. It's a flower. It almost smells like woody spiced osmanthus now. Very interesting how it can smell like woody patchouli and osmanthus. Very interesting. I'm astounded by this actually. How when I mix this with amber porhomme, it's starting to mix the smoke with the myrrh very nicely. And the grass and the grapefruit with the orange blossom works very nice. And when I mix Zirh Ikon with on me, I actually had a scent on my arm which traveled a little bit onto my hand. So when it mixed with this, it revitalized all of the osmanthus smell and the osmanthus and woody notes in this perfume. And this perfume is Alford and Hoff. This is Eau de Toilette. But it really performs well. I like the longevity of it. I say it's about 5 hours and it projects for about 4 to 5 hours. And then it goes to a skin scent for the last 2 hours. But when Zirh Ikon is mixed with this, I'm just going to do it again just to get the vibe again. Because this is like this has wood, woody notes, and osmanthus. Osmanthus is like a precious flower which smells like apricot or peaches. What I really like about this is the delicate floral nature of it, while it's holding on to a good suede leather base and woodsy notes. Almost like mahogany mixed with uh, delicate flowers. As I was saying, you could use it for the office, but I would say to keep it casual simply because it's such a fresh citrus fragrance with an unusual ginger and smoke clash that it may divide too many opinions and is not as mass appealing, not so mass appealing that it could be used in the office without offending anyone. So you don't really want to draw any lines with your fragrance in the office. You want something that's mass appealing, fresh. So if you must use it for the office, mix it with amber porham to give it a delicate freshness and tone down the citrus aspect and not give it a polarizing effect like Dior Sauvage perfume, Dior Sauvage Eau de Parfum, which has a frankincense note, which makes it a little bit too unique for the office place, a little bit too polarizing. But casually, I think it's a great scent for those who love energizing fragrances with ginseng, ginger, grass, citrus notes, and something a little bit smoky. So it's a unique casual citrus ginseng fragrance that I'd recommend mainly for casual wear, but you can wear it for office if you wear it with amber porham or something else that is a little bit more muted and reserved to just reduce the sharpness of the citrus. So don't take my word for it. Check it out yourself. I'd suggest that this is an okay blind buy. If you don't have many citrus fragrances and you want something unique that you can mix in your rotation, check this one out for spring all the way to autumn. It would be a little bit washed out in winter and would not have the longevity to survive. But I'd say that for the best part of the year, from spring all the way to autumn, this one is a winner. So check it out, guys. Zirh Ikon. You can't lose too much. And let me know what you think and what you've been mixing it with. Fresh Mark Scents out. Stay fresh.